But no, all day. Win one, lose one. 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 God, son of a biscuit. So, still not a house for me. It's like Narnia. I know it's there, but I'll just never see it. I'm restricted access. And yes, Narnia is a real place. Shut up. Leave me alone. Don't take this from me.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. Is Narnia a real place?
I mean, have you tried going through the wardrobe to get to the lighthouse? Maybe that's the answer.
Yeah, that's why my nose leans slightly to the left.
Perfect.
So, credits?
Titles.
Titles.
Roll the credits. Done. See you next week.
Show's over. Yeah.
See you next week.
Dude, I'm so burnt out from trials still. Sorry.
Is the extent of the TWAB, so I mean...
Is it?
We've now given you more information than the TWAB contained. We're good.
So are we running the titles? Or are we running the credits?
Titles.
Do the credits first and the titles last this week, just to mess with people. Just so they can be very confused.
Oh, I love editing.
Welcome to Two Titans and a Hunter, a Destiny 2 podcast. Dedicated in bringing you all the latest information, news, and opinions. This is the best show for new and veteran Guardians alike, where we share tips, tricks, and tools to help you succeed and enjoy playing even more. So with all that said, let me hand you over to your hosts, the Triumph Hunting Titan Nitedemon, the pink-panted pansy Peroty, and your Hunter Master Ranger, Mr. No One Respawns in Real Life!
So yeah, welcome to the show this week. Nitedemon, Respawn, and Peroty are here to tell you all the good news about Destiny this week. So, should we dive straight in with some Destiny Rising news?
Sure.
Yeah, I guess.
Might as well have some kind of Destiny news.
Have either of you been able to get in and play it like the rest of the streamers?
I've been able to get in.
An attempt to do so.
Have I gotten in? Yes. Have I gotten much time to play it? Not yet. Because I haven't been in a place where I can sync a controller to it because I'm not using my giant hands on tiny phone to try to play a game where I then have to put my hands over what I'm seeing. But if I've got I've got an Xbox controller, it'll sync to the phone, that'll work beautifully. Just haven't had the time to do it yet. But I have been playing the little silly ghost mini game that apparently you can unlock some rewards for. That I was told I would receive an email, but I have not seen any rewards yet. So I don't know what those rewards are yet.
Rewards for the mobile game or the proper game?
I assume the mobile game, but I don't really know.
Because that's how we're going to refer to it from now on. The mobile game or the proper game.
Perfect. Teensy Weeny Destiny or Big Giant Destiny?
From what you've played, is it kind of just something fun to kind of have in your pocket, get out and play if you're in a space that you can kind of just play?
I mean, for me, no, because it would I really need to have a controller or something with it. Like I basically have started going through like the initial cinematic, which I mean it's very much a beta cinematic.
Okay.
It's like it looks fine, but you can tell some of the voices and some of the stuff. It's like we're getting there. We're on our way. I mean, it's very Destiny. Like it drops you in to a mission, and like it's very much like you're roaming around following this ghost. Like it looks like Destiny, feels like Destiny, sounds like Destiny.
Okay, so the one step further than Marathon, I guess.
Yeah, Marathon's apparently a game that's going to exist.
I mean, there was
at some point.
There was a little video that was dropped this week for Marathon. I mean, we've got to give them their due. You know, somebody came on, spoke about the stuff that we kind of knew already, showed a couple of pre-concept pictures, and then went off again to say, you know, we're here, we're still doing stuff. And yeah, it's still at Bungie.
Remember us, we're Marathon. We're definitely a thing that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see that video, but I saw Paul Tassi sort of talking about that video, being like, so what was the point of that? What exactly did they tell us any information at all? It was basically like, hey, here's the thing. To the point where, like, when you were talking about the runner mask last week, I was like, what's a runner? Who's the runner? And then I realized
I didn't
after the
tweak.
fact,
It was from Marathon.
yeah, I didn't realize that until after the fact. I was like, oh, right, the runner from Marathon. That's what they're called. Because again, would Bungie tell us? No.
I was like, runner mask, and I'm thinking maybe this is something that is in the tower, and I've kind of completely, like all the like fake NPCs that are there that you can kind of just walk past. I'm thinking maybe one of them's called Runner, and I'm like, didn't put two and two together. Oh, okay, so that clears that up for me. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm again sitting here thinking you could tell us about some of this, and yeah, I find it very interesting that the game, I guess, is up for pre-order or pre-save or wishlist or whatever on Steam.
Right.
But it's like, has anyone seen anything of this game? Is the game going to be out? It seems. it just seems. For Bungie, a company that, if nothing else, they can put together a sizzle reel. They can put together the hype train. They can make some beautiful cinematics and promotional material that makes you drool. Whether the end product, is as good as those, I'll leave that to the listener to decide. But for a company that, if nothing else, does phenomenal work getting you excited for a new game, to say nothing about it, to not have anything, like, that just feels, I don't know, it feels weird. Feels like, hey, if this was in a good spot, you'd be telling us, you'd be showing us, you'd be shouting from the rooftops at this point.
I think that's the kind of scary thing for anybody that is interested in Marathon, that they haven't really said anything apart from it's coming still, and it's still possibly going to be 2025. But what end of 2025 is it going to be coming?
Yeah, it feels very weird being like, no, this is totally a thing that's going to still happen. We promise. Yeah. Again, like Respawn asked us last week, like, no part of me is interested in Marathon as an extraction shooter. Like, I'm not playing Escape from Tarkov. I'm not playing. Are there other extraction shooters? That's the one I ever hear anybody reference.
Yeah, the one with the Dark Zone, super popular.
Division.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Division I played because there was more to it than just that. There was a lot of PvE in Division, but like a purely PvP game.
There was a lot of customization too, and like it was a looter shooter, like real bad, almost to its detriment. So
yeah,
sorry.
Yeah, but Marathon being a purely, we won't talk forever on Marathon because it's. I don't think any of us are going, oh yeah, a purely PvP only, no other campaign, no anything else, extraction shooter. Not something I'm looking for in my life.
No, it's going to be interesting to see it when it does come out, and I will give it a go and play it, but it's not like I'm going to be swapping Destiny for Marathon. It's just going to be, I'll try it because it's Bungie, and I want to kind of see what it's all about. But the mobile game I'm interested in, can't get in because I'm on the other side of the pond, so they didn't accept any of my emails to say, I've got an email over here registered in America, I've got an email here registered in the UK. Just no, you're not getting in, son. That's it.
We're on to your silly nonsense. You can't have test flight in the country where you live because we won't give it to you.
That's crazy because you're like their biggest fan, to the point where, like, I've seen, like, while I was in the military, I've seen marriages end over like a game called WoW,
Yeah.
And although your marriage hasn't ended, like, if it did, I would assume it would be because of Destiny. Like, it's problematic in your household for some reason that I can't explain. Why it's so bad? It's not even just like a dislike. There's like a seething hatred for it.
I know. I don't get it. It's not like Destiny's on like 24/7.
I know. Anyway.
But yeah, I haven't actually watched any of the videos on, because that's literally the stream since it kind of was it Thursday night that it dropped, or Friday that it dropped?
Yeah, Friday. Yeah, November 1st.
Yeah, and since then, kind of all the Destiny streamers are like, "Oh, we've played this game," and I'm like, "Well, I haven't. I'm upset. I want to play the game." So yeah, I haven't watched any of those, but I was hoping that one of you, Peroty basically had kind of got in and played it because the other one hasn't made any effort to try and get in there.
I'm not playing a mobile game. I'm sorry. Look, I know we have a pod. If something happens to Destiny and that is our last line for the podcast, I'll download it. Or if it comes out and there's something like super good about it, like
There is.
I don't know. Look, bro.
You've got to play it to know.
So we don't know. They seem to basically put you in as a hunter to start with. So I mean, that should make you happy.
There's no hunters. I've looked into this. There's no classes in that game.
I'm running around as a man with a cape. That's a hunter. They can
That is
call it.
That is a man with a cape.
They can call it. He's not Batman. They can say whatever they want to say. That's a hunter. In the Destiny cinematic universe, a man with a cape is a hunter. Period. Full stop. The end.
Kind of.
He's not wearing pajamas. He's not covered in metal with a tiny butt cape. That's a full on cape. That's a hunter.
Yeah. No. Anyway.
Well, I'll be looking to your full breakdown next week once you've connected your controller, and you can tell us all about it.
As far as controllers go, if you're playing on a mobile game, I have a controller for my mobile game because I have been known to play Diablo, the mobile version. That's why I'm not completely against the Destiny thing. Shut up. It just has to interest me. But there's something called a backbone controller parity. Works if you have iPhone or Android, doesn't matter. And you plug your phone into it, and it turns your phone into like a game, Xbox
Like a
or
Switch.
PlayStation controller.
Like a Switch. No, it turns you into a Switch, basically.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, if it's that good or if you're really that much into it, that controller would help you play a lot. That way you don't have to download BlueStacks to whatever platform you're running or whatever.
I just have Xbox controllers. I can sync up through Bluetooth and call it done.
Yeah.
You could, I guess.
Set the phone on a thing, use a controller, and then we're all good.
Yeah, fair enough. There's another beta that came out, Monster Hunter Wilds. I don't suppose you guys are interested in that, huh?
I've heard all about it from the Destiny Community podcast this week.
Did you really?
Yep.
Yeah, because they talk about everything that's not Destiny. So how is Monster Hunter Wilds?
Oh my God. Dude, it scratches an itch I've needed for so long, but it doesn't come until February. I know it's already November, but February seems so far away. Actually, you were being facetious, and I just picked up on that. I'm sorry, but when you start talking Monster Hunter, I'm going to nerd the hell out. Do not test me, bro.
Nerd out as much as you like, because you're on your stream, and it'll just all be cut for the show.
I'm good.
So, should we talk about some Fest of the Lost?
Yes.
Because
are we talking about this year's or last year's Festival of the Lost?
Both.
It doesn't matter, does it?
Both
Really, to be honest?
at the beginning of this Festival of the Lost.
It doesn't matter. Now, before we get into the official, Bungie version of Fest of the Lost, I have a Respawn or a Nitedemon angry rant that I didn't bring up last week because I was like, we haven't really got time for it. But this week, we've got time for it. We've got time. I'm rolling the music. I'm going to go into a rant. Okay, so stage. I'm going to set you the stage for this, right? Last year, Fest of the Lost, played it. I got all the kind of triumphs and things, got my Ghost Writer seal thing done, dusted. I saved 10 engrams, 10 Eerie Engrams on my characters. There was like 3 on one, 4 on another, 5 on another kind of thing. You know where this is going. 10 I saved, right? And I was like, I'm going to see if I can take them to next year because there are other things that, like the silver leaves. I kept a bunch of silver leaves when we had the solstice and they carried over to the following year. And I was like, oh, that's interesting to know. I can tell people about that. You can store up your Eerie Engrams. You can carry over your leaves. You can carry over your candy, your sweets, blah, 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 whatever. So I was like, this is cool. So I saved them. Along comes December. They're still there. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, still there. And I'm like, I'm onto a winner. I've got 10 Eerie Engrams going into the Festival of Lost. I wonder what I can get with them. Now, I don't know when it was, but it was not last week, but the previous week. They'd gone, completely disappeared from my inventory. Haven't heard a word from Bungie to say that we're removing anything like that that's ever been around. But why have they been taking up engram space in my engrams for literally a whole year to then just be removed 2 weeks before Festival of the Lost. What's that all about? Hey, I worked for those. I earned those. They were mine. If you'd have taken them away in the first month or the second month or the third month, I could have understood. Or even when the final shape dropped, I would have gone, oh, okay, it's a fresh thing. That's fair enough. 2 weeks before the event, you took them out my inventory. Not my inventory, my actual engram stash that I had. They weren't in the Postmaster. They were actually on each character. And I'm angry that they did that. Because there's no reason to take them away from me. I still got to earn the candy if I want to kind of focus them, or I can just throw them.
Stupid candy, bro.
Yeah, or I can just throw them at Eva and go, give me a random roll of something. There's no harm in them. It wasn't like I was cheating the game. I'd earned those, and they just got taken away. And I was like, this is not fair. How is that fair? So I was really angry. Come like Tuesday or whatever.
Well, like Peroty said, they fired the news person. The person that's supposed to tell people all these things is gone, right? So
we also fired most of the QA staff. So
yeah, but this was before. This is before the firing thing. I mean, we've had nearly a whole year.
That's the part that I don't get. Like, I could understand if when they put the patch in to actually update the loot pool for this year, or I could understand like when the event went live. But like, I want what did they patch 2 weeks before that also had the side effect of being like, oh yeah, let's just wipe out all these engrams. We haven't yet, but maybe they should have a year ago.
And I'm not 100% sure, but I think I also had exotic engrams that I'd saved from like Echoes or previous to Echoes that they were just sitting there because I know I had a couple on my Warlock, and then when I went to my Warlock, it had nothing. I checked on Destiny Night Manager. I was like, I'm sure I had Eerie Engrams on this character and exotics. I'm like, they've got nothing. There was blank spaces throughout the whole thing. I'm like, this does not make any sense. But I haven't heard anybody kind of talk about like, oh, they lost an engram, or does anybody know if this is a bug? This happened. I had like a couple of prime engrams or whatever engrams, and then I went loaded up and they disappeared. I haven't heard anything like that. So I'm stumped.
Well, something
that's frustrating.
Something that has been frustrating me, because it would have been a really good farm for these candies, is the right here, the Arena Breach executable. For 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks, you can't do it. Anytime you try to load Arena Breach executable, you get a honeydew error every time.
Remind me what the Arena Breach executable is.
So Breach executable was one of the things that came with Echo. So we had Breach executable, we had the Battlegrounds.
Oh, one of those things. Okay.
Yeah. And it was the one where you just go round on like Nessus and stop the like Vex pools shooting you up in the air or that kind of thing. And you sparrow from place to place.
No, you can do it on normal, but normal only lets you one engram, right? Because I'm also farming for engrams because I still, bro. Ever since we saw that chart of the high rolls and the low rolls for that dumbass grenade launcher, I am getting all the quote impossible rolls. I still don't have the heal kill or the heal incandescent. I'm losing my mind over this damn grenade launcher. Anyway, moving on.
Wait till Tuesday. I think there's a patch incoming.
So, Breach executable, when you do that, you averaged anywhere between 3 and 5 engrams after each one. So it was a good engram farm to get that grenade launcher, right? You can't do it at all. Anytime you try to load the expert mode, you get a honeydew error. And it's been happening for like 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And it's not in the Bungie forums. There is one post in the Bungie forums talking about this. One. But it's been happening for 2 weeks. This is crazy, man. At least address the fact that your game is broken, Or, I mean, if you're not going to fix it, say, hey, by the way, guys, Breach executable doesn't work on expert mode. And even solo expert mode, if you were a psychopath and you like doing that by yourself, you can't even go by yourself. It just doesn't work. You get a honeydew every time.
Well, I think with the Festival of the Lost came literally Fest of the Bugs this year. Normally nickname is Fest of the Cost ever since Destiny 1. Now it's Fest of the Bugs. It's just like the amount of bugs that are kind of still there. And I was watching an Ubuntu's video who posted like how to do Fest of the Lost this year, and he starts off the video basically going over all the bugs that you can encounter, and if they get updated, he will update the video in the pinned comments. It's still not kind of updated, so I'm guessing that. I mean, I haven't really encountered that. I didn't have a headless either. I had where I look on my character screen, I was like huge. I could see my toe. My character had kind of. I was trying to select a weapon or kind of looking at like the triumphs and the titles, and I could see my toe. It was like huge on the screen. I'm like, yep, that's back again, is it?
That one I haven't had. I've had Headless Eva. I also had a point where Eva just wasn't there, where there was simply no Eva in the tower. I was with Blue Screen, and he's like, "I'm gonna go to Eva and pick up things." I'm like, "I should too." Where is she? she just simply like the nameplate was there, but there was no way to interact with her. Like I could not interact with her because she was not there to interact with. So I couldn't turn in or pick up or do anything. I mean, the next time I loaded in the tower, it worked, but she just gone. Just never loaded into the tower at all at that point.
I had an invisible postmaster this week. I was like, that's a new one. There's no the postmaster's gone on a break. Basically, there was nobody there. I was able to pick up the stuff, so I was like, I could rob you, but yeah, it's just that was a strange one.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's
but then the Festival of the Lost bugs themselves, right? Currently, you have the horror story in there, right? Which was throwing me off because they're like, oh, we fixed all the bugs. Now you can actually focus the weapons you want. Cool. With the new perks. Even better. I go in there to focus because I've already got the Jurassic Green for the most part that I want. I got the heal kill. I got the heal incandescent. Still don't have a heal kill, but whatever. So I went in there to start farming the Braytech Werewolf because I really want the rewind Tremors roll, right?
Right.
And I saw the horror story there. I'm like, wait a minute. I thought, hold on. And so I've just been like hanging on to my Engrams or whatever. And Micah jumps on last night. He goes, no, it's there. I'm like, bro, I'm looking at it. It's not there. He goes, did you focus it? I'm like, no, I don't want this yet. He goes, focus it. And I focused it, and it was a Braytech. I'm like, are you kidding me?
somebody
have the right icon there, dude.
A Destiny podcast for 300 episodes has never once looked at the information from Bungie.
No, I know that it was bugged in the beginning, right? I know it was bugged in the beginning, but then they said they fixed it.
Correct.
You know?
And then they went on to further say additional things.
Well, first of all, look. If you say you fixed it, boom, I stop. Okay, I stop reading. It's fixed. if there's additional things, then it's not fixed. It's still broken, but in different ways. Okay. You don't say it's fixed, but you have. Oh, by the way, I fixed your car, but now instead of turning the engine, you have to pedal real fast. What? You didn't fix my car.
Well, no. We fixed the thing that it was brought in for, sir. But there were other things that are broken on it.
Listen, they fixed the noise you said it was making. Due to these updates, the icon of the Braytech Werewolf at EVA will display as horror story. It is intentional that Braytech Werewolf drops from this source. So listen, we fixed the dropping thing. We didn't fix the UI thing. Deal with it, is what they're saying.
Oh, my bad. Excuse me.
Picture is wrong. I mean, come on. This is the game where the Iron Banner has asked you to get, grenade kills with, basically, we're going to give you the different picture and the different type of ammo, and it means something totally different. You can't believe the pictures in the game. You press the button and hope the slot machine gives you what you want.
Speaking of slot machines, I just bought 2 class items, and Bungie stole one. I bought 2. One went to me, one went to the postmaster. Right? I went to Dim, got the one from the postmaster because it was actually a role I didn't have, and then I opened my character to look at the one that was on me. There's not one on me. There's an empty slot where there should be one. Where the hell is my other class item? I don't like this.
Gone forever.
Take my class. That's 41 strange coins, man. You know how long it'll take me? No, it's fine. Whatever. The game is full of bugs.
It's almost like you shouldn't have laid off a bunch of your QA staff over and over again, along with the other people who make the game that allow it to function how it should. Just a thought.
And I think the thing with the Braytech being displayed as the horror story is what I was saying to you last week, which was we had the horror story last year, so that all they've done, I'm sorry, is copy and paste, and that's why it's the icon of the horror story and not the Braytech. It's like, let's just copy it. Literally, they did it last year with the pop-up that popped up on people's screens for the Fest of the Lost. It was people noticed that the masks that were kind of going to be available were pasted on top of the masks that were available from the previous year, just that they changed the date and they literally photoshopped over the top, because you could see the icon of the bread mask underneath another mask, and then you could see like the callus mask underneath another one. It was like you've just copied and pasted, and yeah, I think they just did that with Eva as well. So, and whatever they're kind of copying and pasting or just like reactivating from last year is they obviously didn't fix bugs from last year, and now it's having issues with the current running system. It's like running a program that shouldn't really be running on that system. It's like, oh, well, there's a bug. Oh, there's another bug. Oh, there's another bug.
And every year we get the same event, and they go, hey, remember those bugs we had last year? Well, they're back again, because we may have patched them, but we didn't actually fix the underlying issue. So every year we get to experience the same bugs.
And I know it's mainly down to the fact that we've kind of lost a lot of staff for Bungie, and it's kind of probably easier to kind of go, let's just reactivate that event from last year, and hopefully people will kind of play it. And it is getting a little bit thin now. I mean, it was thin last year when I think we had it for about the third or fourth year with doing the Haunted Lost sectors. This year is, I think, it's going to be breaking point. I think this year you need to do something else. You need to bring back the Haunted Forest. It doesn't matter if it's, Mercury isn't in the game. Just bring that back. Just it needs to be. I'm exhausted with the whole kind of going to the lost sectors now and doing the headless ones and getting the candy to drop. And I'm like, yeah, I'll do it for filling out the book and getting the triumphs and things, but it's just, even me now, it's like I would have liked to have seen something else. I mean, they put effort into that first year that we had it in Destiny 2. We had spooky trials. There was spiders running across your screen, like just had no impact on the game, but it just kind of, and the odd scream here and there, and it's like, this is interesting. Why can't we have little things like that? We have snowballs when it comes to Christmas. Why can't we have something in the game like pumpkin heads, maybe? Flaming pumpkin heads that we can pick up and throw, and they call Scorch. Just something different in the game that makes it enjoyable for those 3 weeks, rather than kind of having to grind through and get that candy. Oh my God, the candy. Just and can we talk about the secret triumph or the secret hidden thing that you need to do if you want the mementos to be dropping frequently? Now,
by all means, tell me, because I don't know what you're talking about. Because I've got three or four mementos. Is that a lot? Do I not have enough?
No, but you've obviously done the secret triumph, haven't you?
I don't know. That's why I need you to tell me.
Well, I think I got maybe one to drop last year, and
yes,
look, apparently I already got 3 to use, and I've already dutifully used them. So I'm doing something right. What am I doing right? I have no idea.
Does it have to do with finishing the book? Because I finished the book.
Yeah. Well, you do the book, and there is it's not in the book, this secret triumph. You have to go not to the seals, but to the. If you're looking at your character and you tab across to your seals, it's I think it's just what's next to seals. Is it just triumphs or seasonal
titles and triumphs and season 25 challenges? Yeah.
No, it's the one in the middle. You go to the one in the middle.
Yep.
And then you go to the episode Revenant, and then it's on one of the tabs there, and you tab across the furthest point, and it's one of those, and it's literally just question mark, and you need to do that to get
Twilight?
this. Yes,
Yeah, I haven't done it yet. I still have a bunch of question marks. I did use a memento. See, okay.
How did you get the memento then?
I have used 2 mementos already on 2 different guns. And
How did you get your memento to drop?
I don't know. I was just opening packages.
Same.
Okay.
I at some point have 3 of them. I never saw any of them drop. I have no idea when I got any of them, but they're dropping for me for reasons I cannot begin to explain.
No, I 100% have an existing memento somewhere.
Okay. Maybe you don't have to do it then. I apologize if you don't have to do it, but maybe you do if you're a new player.
Oh, there it is, right there. See? There's the memento, and I've even unlocked the shade. Oh, my game's...
Because
I've even unlocked the shader, see? But
I remember that I
haven't used the existing mementos, so, like, it's bugged there, I guess.
we all kind of did it last year when it came around and got the memento, so maybe it counts that you've already unlocked it. It will drop with Festival of the Lost.
I didn't get it last year. I didn't even play. I did not play last year, dude. If you remember,
okay,
I didn't, because when I go back to my books, I had 0 pages in the book from last year. I did not play at all. And the crazy thing is, I could see in like on how like you upgrade a weapon and you can see like the mementos that you can apply to the upgraded weapon. Well, I could see the memento, but it says acquired from Festival of the Lost. I was like, oh damn, that's what the memento was for, right? So I didn't get it last year. This year was the first year I've got it.
I think you did. Because I think there was a hidden triumph that you did last year. Because again, you can go to the shaders and you can see them. I mean, it shows me the one from Garden. It shows me the one from X, Y, and Z. And if you do go into, I'm now excited, sort of.
Okay.
So if you go to your crafted weapons and you go to put a memento in, you can then look at your shaders that could be available for that weapon. And if you scroll along them, they go through there's the Trials one, which is the old gold one. You've got the Vanguard one, you've got the Gambit one, and you've got like the Garden of Salvation. And like any of the kind of the festival, the solstice, what's the other one? The Christmassy one, the Dawning. You've got all those kind of shaders. If you go along there, they've got an Iron Banner one. This must be new.
Oh, no.
For this, I know there's going to be an Iron Banner one. I haven't heard anyone kind of talk about, and it's like
because it's Iron Banner. Nobody likes Iron Banner.
We do like Iron Banner. The Iron Banner gear looks amazing. We now have mementos for Iron Banner. It does look like muddy green water.
Told you.
It may look better on a weapon, but on specific weapons. But anyway, getting back to the thing. So this hidden triumph that you kind of, unless you're watching YouTube videos, you don't know it's around. You kind of have to jump through all these hoops to get an emblem, to get a memento as well. And I'm like, the amount of things that you have to do to get this hidden thing is ridiculous, because the amount of candy that you need to do for the final, to unlock the final mask, to then put on the mask to go and do sword kills, and they're like, really? 30,000 candy? And I'm like,
whoa,
yeah,
daggone, that's a lot. That's a lot of candy. But luckily, you guys are Titans, and I had to steal one of your Titan tricks yesterday to get me some candy.
Did you?
I did.
So you Titans everything.
Kind of.
I will link a video in the show notes if you are interested by Esoteric, who goes over the steps for getting the emblem and the memento, because you've got a couple more weeks to do it.
So, Don. I want to say Don sent me something. Might not have been him. I think it was somebody else. Whoever sent me the video. Come on, you all know I have brain damage, so don't get upset that I forgot who I was. But somebody sent me a video showing me how to farm candy. Right?
That would be Donnie, because Donnie sent me the video. Yeah.
Okay. Then yeah, it was done. Okay.
Did you make it far enough in the video after the 8 minutes of rambling? I gave up and said I'll watch this later.
Yeah, I did. And you guys can do the sunspot thing where it just drops a sunspot at your feet and you just kind of go with it. I can't do that, so I have to go with the double punch.
You can do that.
That is a hunter.
No, I didn't say that as a hunter, but I'm saying you can do that. Just saying.
But as a hunter, what you can do is you can do the combination blow, and if you have the class item that's got the either the thing that makes everything blow up. What? God, my brain is so broken. Spirit of Caliban, right? So combination blow with Spirit of Caliban, and you just kind of hold the button down to do the punch
So
motion over and over again.
You need the one that has Spirit of Caliban and the Spirit of the Liar.
You can have Spirit of the Liar too, but you don't really need it. You just need the Caliban. You know?
Okay.
Because it's a thrall, one hit and it's dead. You know, so but that blows up and it blows up all the thralls around them, right? So it's not. It's a little better than your Sunspot because your Sunspot is limited to an area, whereas mine clears a larger radius, right?
Right.
I had to do that. So watching that video gave me the idea to do it with a hunter. Same spot, same location, but just Liar's Handshake. Not Liar's Handshake. Spirit of Caliban with a combination blow, and you just hold the button down like Titan does, and just sit there and punch over and over again. Don't quote walk away because that's against terms of service. But there are ways to have your character continue to move.
Does it involve an elastic band?
Possibly. Anyway. So yeah, you can do it as a hunter as well, and not just a Titan. But Donnie, if Donnie sent that, we can post that in there to show how you
it's
can
from
say
Wilhelm
the game.
Scream.
Yeah, Wilhelm Scream. That's right. Yes, that one.
Yes, I will put that in the show notes from Donnie.
Because the candy grind is
Israel.
awful. It's so bad. Like initially, I thought the Engrams was going to be a problem, but no. If you go into like the hard level lost sectors, bro, they throw them at you so much that it cleared out my vault before I realized what was going on. Not my vault, my postmaster, right? Like just like after 2 or 3 rounds, my postmaster, all the stuff that I was keeping in there, all gone, including like 400 candy that was in there that I never claimed. Just kind of pushed out by all these Engrams.
What is it? What is it with you and your blooming thing that you can't keep an eye on your postmaster? You're constantly losing things from the postmaster.
Because
Every time that we discuss this
from the damn area, dude. And
you can just open dim. Just open dim and like
dim doesn't update that quick, dude.
Does if you keep clicking the button.
You press the button to update.
If you keep clicking the button, I'm enthralled in the game. No pun intended, sir. Okay, I have things to do that does not require me going out of the game to keep pushing the button. All right, no, thank you.
You can tap to dim and click the button to collect your candy, which I did just check to see if you could actually do. And yes, because I know some things that you pull from the postmaster, candy is one of them.
You can, but why is it going to the postmaster? Because I have walked over candy.
Because it's candy because there's something you don't pick up. Whatever candy you don't pick up will go to the postmaster. I walked over candy
and it won't let me pick it up. It's like my inventory is full. And it's a blue icon for candy. That's how I know it was candy. It's a blue icon, shows my inventory is full. I can't pick up the damn candy, and it forces it to go to my postmaster. Why can't I pick up my candy? It's my candy. It goes in my bag. Let me pick up my candy.
I'd say it's user issue.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yes, because it's so difficult to walk over it.
Because
and
you're a hunter.
The little blue icon that says your inventory is full. As far as I'm aware, I have not maxed out on candy. I have not gone over like 1,500.
Do you have any pockets in your outfit? Because I don't think you have pockets. You just have a cape. You have nowhere to store your candy.
Listen, you don't need pockets. All right, shut up. Pockets are not a thing hunters need.
Are you using the get in the bag emote? Because that's where I've been putting all my candy, in that emote.
Oh, no, I don't have that emote.
In the bag
I'm using that emote.
Well, see, that's where you're going wrong. So you need to use the let me carry you emote, and then you can just put all the candy in the bag, and then you're all set.
Okay, but real talk, though, like, you guys haven't seen, like, you just walk over the candy and it says your inventory is full. For real.
I honestly haven't.
It's messed with me a lot, but, I mean, that's happened to me so often. You had to have seen it.
I 100% have not paid a single bit of attention whether I've walked over the candy and I've collected it, because I know it'll just go to my postmaster if I don't. Yeah, I honestly have paid zero attention to if I've actually picked up the candy I've walked over, because I just know it'll come back to me later.
The
engrams I pay attention to. The candy, literally never paid attention. So
Fair enough.
right into the show. Tell Respawn if you too have walked over a candy and he doesn't want to pick up because
I
we've
know
never paid
y'all
enough
have,
attention.
man. Don't mess with. Look, y'all have.
I'm 100% agreeing with you. Like it probably happens. I just have never paid attention because it's just the candy, and I know it'll go to my postmaster. So I don't stress it.
Okay.
Much like the remaining people at Bungie QA. Didn't test it, didn't try it. We'll hope it works.
Maybe it's the
Kudos to
same
them. They're
coding.
doing their best.
It's the same coding from like 2 or 3 years ago that they had to pick up moats that went through the floor in Gambit. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's the copy and paste.
It's kind of hard.
He's laughing because he knows it's true.
Uh-huh. And that issue still exists because, of course, it does.
No, it doesn't. They fixed it. Don't lie to me. They tell me that they fixed it. You can't tell me that.
They can tell you lots of things, but let me tell you, they still fall through the floor. Not on every map, but some of the maps, they still fall through the floor. Floor is Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
Just make it a modifier at this point. Ammo explodes and your moats fall through the floor.
Yeah. But I mean, how are you guys finding, like, it must be the 4th year of doing Haunted Lost Sectors. Do you get to the point of, and I mean, I know they must have reduced some of the headless ones for some of the, like, because when I was playing it, I was like, I vaguely remember that you could literally rush that area and get up to like 15 headless ones and then, destroy the boss and get loads of different kind of pages. It seems to be reduced down to 13 now, is the maximum that I can kind of get done. You get the initial 10 done, and then the timer stops, and then just spawns in the boss. And then, depending on maps, I think I've played, is that you can then have 3 other headless ones spawn in, and if you can get them killed quicker than the blueberries can kill the boss, you kind of got another 3 pages for your book. But it's like, I vaguely remember this being a lot more kind of headless ones. And then the bug that happened last year or the year before is still there. So if you miss in killing all your headless ones and it then doesn't spawn any more headless ones, you could be sitting there for another 2 minutes. And that happened to me again. Yeah. And I was like, we're just going to sit here and emote and pretend that we know what's going on. It's just like the game doesn't know that you missed one of the circles, or it does know, and it's like, we won't spawn you in another one so you can keep fighting for 2 minutes. No, we're just going to kind of spawn nothing, and you guys are just going to sit there. I'm like, oh, this is here again, is it?
Yeah, because that happened to me with a group of blueberries I was running with. We just got to the point where like it was like the last ones in the lost sector. We had a good like minute and a half, 2 minutes where we just sat in the hot tub and splashed in the water because it was just giving us nothing. Like the counter was going, but there was not a single enemy to fight anywhere in the lost sector. Like we kept running around, going, did we miss one? Did one of them teleport into a corner somewhere? No, just not a single thing. So we just sat there for the next minute and a half, waited for the timer to expire, and then killed the boss. It's like this doesn't really feel challenging, Bungie. It doesn't really feel enjoyable if I'm just waiting for the ads to spawn. Like they're all sitting in a door somewhere going, I'm not going out there. Did you see what they did the last guys who went out there? I'm not going out there. I don't want to fight them.
But yeah, it's just that bug again. And I'm like, we had the Haunted Forest. It could have been a mixture of all of everything. And it isn't. And I think it's definitely wearing thin. I mean, a lot of people it wore thin for, as I said, last year. And I think this year it is good for new players, and it is good for players that haven't been around and experienced all of kind of the 7 years of Destiny or whatever, how many years we are at the moment with Destiny 2. That, and the weapons are okay or good in some cases. And it's like, you can get your exotic class items, you can get exotic focusing, which is also good for, again, catching up. But for players that just want to have a bit of fun going into the Haunted Lost Sectors after you've completed your book, if you want to complete that book, it's not doing anything. I'd rather go and just play PvP, or I'd even just go and play Trials, just for.
Considering what I just went through, he doesn't mean that. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I do. I played more Trials than you do.
Not this week, you didn't.
Not this week. No, I haven't played trials this week.
How are your matchmaking times on trials? And I ask because
They were great, actually. It took a while to get in, even with just
really just with the three of you. Like I've had the same problem, just like getting into control matches, or I tried to do the clash not Clash Clans, like the Clash team, the the special class mode they had up. I sat there for like probably 8-10 minutes one day. It never found me a match. Just could not even get enough people to start a match. Even Control, I've gone in to just again try to play some PvP, try to fill out the Pathfinder or finish something out, and it just sits and it sits and it sits. Like Gambit has been great. Gambit matchmaking, beautiful, perfect. So either enough people are in there. They've all gone to try to get their Bygons before they go back to PvP, but like Mayhem was pretty quick. Mayhem even then had some delays the other day waiting for it, but it's been quicker. But man, just like regular controller things, and I haven't obviously haven't stepped foot into comp or anything, but like even the 3v3 Rift the other week when that was up, like it just took. I'm like, you need 6 people. Just find 6 people. It's not that big a deal. It was just taking forever to matchmake. I'm like, I don't want to sit here and wait for matches. Like even if I'm losing, I at least would like to play the game and not just sit waiting for the matches to be made.
Yeah. For when it was 3 of us, it was pretty quick. When it was 2 of us, it actually took longer for 2 of us than it did for 3 of us. But when it was by myself, I just kind of went in. I didn't really have any issues when it was just me. But yeah, 2-man, I guess it's having trouble not finding a 3-man team, right? Or finding more than just one person. So if you go in with 2 people, it seems to be having like the most trouble. If you go 3v3, boom, oh, you want to go 3v3? I have all of these people, right? If you go 1v1, or not 1v1, by yourself, they have all of those people. But anywhere in between, it takes a minute. Or it took, I don't know what it is now, but when we were doing it, it was taking a minute whenever it was the 2 of us. But yeah, so granted, those shenanigans out to get that rocket launcher. So I don't know, like, have you seen it? The Void High Impact with the Envious Arsenal and the bait and switch?
Nope.
Yeah.
Not seen it.
I was definitely peer pressured into getting it, and it better be good because I went through hell to get this damn rocket launcher. I mean, so Envious, for those of you that don't know, Envious Arsenal is if you hit something, not kill, just hit something with the other 2 weapons, it reloads whatever has the Envious Arsenal on it, right?
Yeah.
And because it's a rocket launcher, you want that reload to happen pretty quick, especially after the nerfs to reconstruction and auto-loading, right? So, on top of that, you have bait and switch. So you're already going to be shooting with your other 2 weapons anyway to get that extra damage. So you fire the rocket that has the extra damage, swap to your other 2 weapons, fire off real quick, swap back to the rocket. Now it's reloaded for you, and it's got that extra damage, pop off another round. On paper, it sounds great. But it is a void, and it is high impact, and almost everybody prefers when it comes to like the rocket DPSs, Apex Predator is still really high up there. And if it's not the Apex Predator, usually it's the Dragon's Breath, So I haven't seen the numbers on it. Man, look, ask across, give me some numbers. If it ain't better than these, give me upsetting spaghetti. But yeah, so that is what that is. I guess you should probably get it because I don't know how long it's going to last in trials. And with trials being the way it is, just winning a round nets you rewards. So you don't have to win the whole match. You just win the round and you get some rewards. If you win the whole thing, you get even more rewards.
Don't you want to go to the lighthouse?
Bro, I am never going to see that damn thing. Like, that's a myth. Don't even come at me with that. That place doesn't really exist. People tell me it does. I see it on the map, but every time I click on it, it tells me I can't go there, so it's not a real place. It's not.
Okay. Oh, bless you. What are your guys' thoughts on Festival of the Lost this year, anyway?
I don't like it because of the candy farm, honestly.
Getting exotic class items for my warlock without having to do any work was really nice. I've appreciated that. And I don't know, the grind, like I never treat this competitively. Like I'm not trying to grind out all the candy in the world. Like I don't care that much about it. Like I've played a whole ton of it. I ran and did a whole pile of the expert haunted law sectors, which is two mana with blue, and just ran through those, which felt, other than the Cabal with the sweet business going, I can see you, stop peeking, I'm going to mow you down, which we just kept laughing at because we would peek long enough to try to do some damage, and he would just turn and just obliterate us. Going, you think we've been playing this game long enough? We would learn not to stand in front of the chain gun. Nothing goes well when you stand in front of the chain gun. But yeah, I mean, I've just been playing and having a good time, running around with a big giant googly-eyed mask on, and just not really worrying about it. Like, played a bunch of Gambit, played a bunch of Mayhem, just, practically half idled my way through Law Sectors, because the easier version with the matchmaking 3 people, you can just kind of show up and go, I'm gonna sit here on A. You guys can run back to B and C. I'll just wait here on A and kill things that come over here, because it's just not that big a deal. I'll earn my candy, earn my engrams, and turn them into something I care about, maybe. If nothing else, I'm basically here for the exotic class items. I've turned in 2 for the Titan and 2 for the Warlock so far. Just rolling the dice and going, let's see what we get.
Yeah, but those are 2,500 candy a piece. 2,500. Like, just getting 1,500 to focus one weapon was so aggravating for me. I just started the random roll Engram to just see what I got, because I got tired of the candy.
Oh yeah, I haven't focused any of the weapons. I've just been doing the class items. Going,
it's even worse though, man. That's almost twice the candy cost.
Yeah. What else am I going to do with it? I'm going to earn it. I'm going to spend it. I'm going to earn it. I'm going to spend it.
I mean,
like it's there to be spent. So I'm going to spend it and see what kind of class items I can get out of it.
Man, you're way too passive about this. If I was intentionally trying to get different rolls of the class items, like I'm hard, like, hey, I need to get a specific roll, and I got to wait to get 2,500 candy just to get a chance at that roll, I would be livid. That is way too... Well, I mean, it is an exotic. Okay, fair enough. Shut up. I get it. It's an exotic.
It does give you access to then Xur and also go and play in the Pale Heart just to kind of do the overthrows to get it to drop again. So it is just the one that you need to buy to then 100%. Open the access.
Yeah, 100%. Like that's like I looked at this as this is an easy way to get the Warlock access to this. And no, I can't focus it, but honestly, I don't know what the Warlock needs, and I'm not even sure I'll play the Warlock enough to really worry about getting them. The Titan, I'm just slowly adding to my collection of things. And yeah, I mean, I look at it as another source to get this, desirable armor piece, because honestly, most of the weapons, they're fine, but they're not better than what I'm using. I'm not going, I hope I get a roll of this to replace that. No, the Bicons, that's the new roll of them, something I want. Everything else, I'm like, I have a version of this. It's not that much better than what I'm using. So I'm happy to get and use some of the new weapons, but I'm not excited about them or really looking for any of them. I want kinetic tremors to drop on Braytech because I just love kinetic tremors, but I'm not I really have to get this roll. I'll get them, I'll throw them in the vault. This time next year I'll go, oh look, I have that thing in the vault that I've never used and forgot about. At this point, I'm basically just none of the exotic armor is really that interesting, except for the class items. Most of the weapons just aren't that interesting. So I'm hunting class items and just, hanging out with friends and shooting people in the face.
Well, you say that, but Respawn did post a video in our chat for, I'm guessing for the show notes, from Cool Guy going over the Braytech Werewolf and the god roll for that. Is that
so good?
That's PvP and PvE he covers, isn't it?
Mostly PvP. He hard focused on the PvP aspects of it, and like the range on this gun, you don't really need to focus this ability because its base stability stats are really good for the 450s, and it's got better 450 stats than all the other 450s in its class. But you can also get up to 97 range on this thing. So he was I watched him in trials. It was a freaking laser beam in his hands. Golly, nuts. But backing up a little bit, the Bygones. You brought it up, and now I'm looking at the rolls because I'm trying to figure out why people were using it in trials. And now I'm seeing the whole outlaw desperado thing on it, right? That might be why. But Bygones was all over.
Yep.
Almost everybody had a Bygones in trials. It was nuts.
Yeah.
And it was just that and Elsie's rifle. That's all it was. Just that and Elsie's rifle, all the trials. And I was getting 2-shot by Elsie's rifle, but it hits hard. I know it hits hard, right? But the bygones, like as soon as you turn a corner, I was dead. I was like, what the hell? How the hell? What? Right? How did the bygones kill me that damn fast? It was nuts. And I'm looking at the rolls, right? I get that it's got like the outlaw desperado, but you have to get a kill for that to trigger first, right? But 9 times out of 10, I'm the first guy that goes down immediately because Micah would go in, I'd go in right behind him, they'd miss him and just melt me, right? I'm not seeing anything like keep away, okay, sure, right? But that doesn't give you any extra damage. So how is it hitting so hard is what I want to know. Where are the damage perks? Kill clip, you have to get a kill first. Head seeker, okay, sure. That they're far enough away, head seeker would do the job.
As someone who crutched head seeker for a long time on the original weapon, head seeker can be very good. I mean, Cool Guy also has a big video where he goes over all the bygones perks that we talked about last week before. And I don't know what they are because I don't remember all that it rolls with. But yeah, it's got a big pool of things, and yeah, there's lots of delicious things that people are enjoying. I still need to get some bygones because while I've gilded my tail yet, the bygones are not dropping for me. So I will be doing some serious bygone focusing. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, Cool Guy's got a great video. I think Astacross also did one. Just became the best pulse rifle in Destiny 2 review from 5 days ago from Astacross. So again, I don't know. I haven't watched Astacross yet, but I watched Cool Guys, and they go over all the roles. Here's what you're looking for: PvP, PvE. High ground apparently is a thing, which I never really would have.
Yeah,
put
because
two together. But people,
but
people are making good use of high ground in PvP.
Oh, high ground! Dude, high ground's so oppressive. Like they don't even have to be like they could be step higher than you, and that high ground is active, dude. It's so oppressive.
They can just be taller.
Yeah.
I got a really cool class item though for my hunter, popping the Eerie Engrams. I got one that had Spirit of Caliban and Spirit of Liar. So the powered melee final blows trigger an ignition with the Spirit of Caliban, and then dealing damage with a powered melee or being hit by a melee attack will allow you to follow up with an extremely powerful arc melee counterpunch, and that works really well. I kind of leaned into doing the arc punchy build on the hunter for quite some time with my Liar's Handshake, but now it kind of with the prismatic and having this class item, I don't think I need any other class item for it. That's it. That's the one.
No,
that's it. You can't breathe in and go, you're wrong. That's it. That's the only one I want. That's the only one I need.
I panicked and I picked the wrong thing. That was not meant towards you. I'm sorry.
At that point you can just check out. You're like, I'm done. I win. Game over.
Mm-hmm. And also, while we're still kind of talking about the Fest of the Lost, did you guys catch Cheese Forever's video this week, and maybe anybody else that's kind of gone over it? The Arcane Embrace, which is the new shotgun for this event, do not dismantle the one that Eva gives you. If you do dismantle it, if you have made the error in dismantling it, don't worry. Load up another character, go through the initial part of the quest, and she will give you the exact same role. I got it 3 times. And I'm quite happy that I had the one
3 times.
But is it any good? Having used it a lot in the Haunted Lost sectors, trying to get my shotgun kills done for the card.
Yeah,
the one that she gives you.
No, maybe
the one that she gives you.
Yes, the one she gives you. No, maybe it's because I'm using it in an expert level Haunted Lost sector.
Possibly.
But it just feels like I have 2 bullets that do even less damage.
Okay, well, you got to proc the trench barrel. The trench barrel is why it's bugged right now. The trench barrel, so trench barrel says after a successful melee hit, this weapon gains increased damage, handling, and reload speed for a short duration or until 3 shots are fired, right? The 3 shots thing is bugged.
Yeah.
The stacks don't go away. So, is it?
No, don't go away.
The stacks are bugged. The duration is good. Okay, yeah, that's what it is. So you only have to worry about the duration, right? So for 5 seconds, this gun has an additional 50% increased damage, 30 reload speed, and 30 handling. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
50% damage for 5 seconds, dude.
Yeah, I'm probably holding it wrong because by the time I've meleeed something, there's nothing else left to shoot. Once I see the problem now, I've meleeed and they're dead, so there's nothing else to shoot to follow up with. I got it.
There you go.
The thing is, in the API, the perk that should be there, which it looks like it should be there, is surrounded. So I don't know if Bungie are going to change it at some point and give us surrounded, or they're going to leave it as is, because you can't get dual loader and trench barrel on any other role. If you look in the API for the Arcane Embrace, it's not in the role, which is why people are saying hang on to it. It may be something Bungie just go, well, that's the only role that you get it on, and if you missed out on playing Fest of the Lost, then you've missed out on it. So just if you do get it, hang on to it.
That might be intentional. You know, it really raises the FOMO aspect of the whole game. You know, play this because it's the only time you'll get this weapon ever.
Yeah, surrounded can roll on it, but the trench barrel cannot.
Yeah. So I immediately did what she said. He said enhance it. So I've got enhanced trench barrel. I've got enhanced dual loader. It's shiny. It does things, and I like it. And that's it. But yeah, that's that. Anything else about Festival? I mean, we can talk about it next week because it's still going to be here next week for one more week after that, I guess.
Not really. Just the candy grind is ridiculous. You know, look out Wilhelm Scream to learn how to, get a lot of candy from AFK farming. It's not a lot of candy at once. Do not get this confused, right? It's not like, oh my god, I do this, I get a ton of candy. No, this is, you have to go to the store, you set up the thing that he tells you to set up or not set up, your choice, right?
Yeah.
And then you come back and there's candy all over the floor and you pick it up, right? This is not you play for 10 minutes and you get 1,500 candy. No, this is you have something to do, but you don't want to miss out on candy type situation, right? So,
or you could just play the game because it gives you candy because
it does not give you that much candy.
It throws piles of candy for just playing it, and then you're playing the game and you're not worrying and stressing about how much candy you're getting because you're having a good time accomplishing something else, like rocking the puka mask with 6 googly eyeballs running around to mayhem.
There is a really fast farm for candy if you want to do it, and it involves going to the Lake of Shadows, but not actually doing it through the Vanguard playlist, going through on the map. And you can literally speedrun that in like 5 minutes, that strike. And it drops a ton of candy from all the enemies throughout and then a lot from the boss at the end. And you kind of just rinse and repeat and keep doing that. And I think that was a Cheese Forever video last year. And I have heard people talk about it this year. I haven't actually seen it this year. If I do find it, I will put it in the show notes. But it's literally go to the director, go on the EDZ, find the Lake of Shadows, queue in. There'll be lots of people doing it. And you can just keep running it over and over and over and over. So, ton of candy.
Rinse and repeat.
This is your weekly rundown of episode Revenant, Week 5, starting on November 5th. Week 5 sees Destiny's Halloween event Fest of the Lost continue, running from October 29th to November 18th and is free to all players. If you have yet to have jumped in, this spooky event sees Guardians collect and adorn Festival masks to earn Eerie Engrams, candy and loot. This year we have the Good Wizard, Bad Wizard ornament set, which are available at the Eververse store for 6,000 Bright Dust or 1,500 Silver. We also have more masks to collect, and a brand new Arc Heavy Burst Shotgun Arcane Embrace, along with previous festival weapons with updated perk pools. The Kinetic Precision Frame Auto Rifle Braytech Werewolf, the Arc Aggressive Frame Sniper Macabre, the Void Rapid Fire Frame Grenade Launcher A Cosmic, and the Solar Rapid Fire Frame Pulse Rifle Jurassic Green. And if you want more challenges, title and unique rewards, then the Fest of the Lost event card is available as well. Also earnable is the Super Black Shader and Festival of the Lost Memento, which you can put into your crafted weapons to gain access to the All Black Shader Twilight Keepsake. Plus, the Hocus Focusing with Exotics has returned from last year's event, including the new exotic class items, which are available to purchase directly from Eva for 1 Eerie Engram and 2,500 candy. You can purchase as many as you like, and if you have achievement unlocked, you're guaranteed to get your selected exotic class item achievement perk. Also, if you haven't completed Dual Destiny, you can still purchase the Fest of the Lost exotic class item reward. Over in the last city, we have Onslaught Salvation, which can be accessed after you complete the initial steps of the opening act of Revenant. This new version of Onslaught brings with it new defences, 3 new maps, and new enemies to fight. You can select from Widow's Court, Eventide Ruins, and Kel's Grave, either normal or expert. Also, the original Onslaught has been updated to include some of the new additions. Located in the Vanguard playlist, the featured Onslaught map this week will be Vostok, with Siege Hokoga kicking off the boss rotation. Also available for a weekly pinnacle is the new dungeon Vesper's Host, which can be found over on Europa, with the exotic sniper rifle Icebreaker up for grabs. and a whole suite of new weapons and armour. Just make sure you visit Spider over in the Last City to pick up the quest Rogue Network to enter. In the Last City on the Helm, the exotic mission Encore is still available, with 2 difficulty options, Normal and Expert. Also, from episode Echoes, we have the 3 new Battleground activities, Delve, Conduit and Core, with Enigma Protocol and Breach Executable. The Expert Battlegrounds will start this week's rotation with Conduit. In the Pale Heart, the exotic mission Dual Destiny is available for teams of 2 Guardians, where you can farm the mission to earn as many new prismatic exotic class items as you like. The final straight cooperative focus campaign mission this week will be Descent. The 12 Guardian Match-Made Excision mission is also available next to the race for a weekly pinnacle, with the Grandmaster version granting the Ergo Sum Catalyst and an Ascendant Shard. The Dreaming City this week is at a weak curse level, which means Petrovenge can be found in the Strand and has the Broken Courier mission for the next week. The Blind World features Scorn enemies and the Plague, Sicarus and Veracus. The Ascendant challenge will be the Agonon's Abyss over in the Baildrowned Wishes Lost sector. On the Moon, the weekly story mission is Beyond. The Trove Guardian is located in Archer's Line, while the Wandering Nightmare is the Nightmare of Jax, Claws of Zevra Wrath at the Hellmouth. Nightmare hunts Skolus, Pride, Omnigul, Anguish, and Zydron Servitude. The Altars of Sorrow will start this week's rotation with the Nightmare of Tanix and the Apostate Sniper. On Europa this week, Credis the Dark Priestess will be the Empire Hunt, Eventide Runes will be the Eclipse Zone, and the Exo Challenge will be Survival. Days of Eternity Expert difficulty rounds are Kabul, Taken, and Crota. The Scatterhorn armor set and the Wild Hunt armor set will be available in Days of Eternity with Weapon Set 1. Arsenic Bite 4B, Blast 2, Corsair's Wrath, Deafening Whisper, Dire Promise, Enigma's Draw, Escape Velocity, Giant 7 Rifle, Friction Fire, Royal Chase, True Prophecy, and Timeline's Vertex. The Witch Queen Weekly Story mission is The Cunning, Altar of Reflections Catalyst, and Altar of Reflections Pact. The Wellspring activity will start the week on Defense, with Void Sniper, Father Sin, and Zurich, Scorn Raider as the boss. The Lightfall Weekly mission is No Time Left, the Partition mission will be Backdoor, and the Vex Incursion will be Zephyr Concourse. The Salvation's Edge raid challenge this week is the 5th encounter, Zenith, called Coordinated Efforts. The Root of Nightmares raid challenge this week is the 1st encounter, Cataclysm, called Illuminated Torment. The Kingsfall raid challenge this week is the 2nd encounter, War Priest, called Devious Thievery. The Vault of Glass challenge this week is the 3rd encounter, Templar, called Out of Its Way. The Deepstone Crypt challenge this week is the 4th encounter, Tanix, called The Core 4. And the Garden of Salvation challenge this week is the 2nd encounter, Spire Defense, called A Link to the Chain. Featured Pinnacle Raid 1 will be Val the Disciple over on the Throne World. And featured Pinnacle Raid 2 will be The Last Wish over on the Dreaming City, with all challenges available for all encounters, with the exotic Pulse Rifle Collective Obligation being farmable from the final boss in Val, and the exotic Fusion Rifle 1000 Voices from The Last Wish. Featured Pinnacle Dungeon 1 will be the Shattered Throne over on the Dreaming City, and featured Pinnacle Dungeon 2 will be Duality over on the Derelict Leviathan on the Moon. The exotic mission rotator will be Node Override Avalon, with Excalibur exotic Glaive being the main reward. The exotic missions, the Whisper and 0 Hour, will also be available in the Legends tab. This week's challenges are Gundrinker, Buckshot Saviour, Cold Winds, Boss Battle, and Energy Disruption. Lost Sectors, Tuesday the Quarry on the EDZ, Wednesday Excavation Site 12 on the EDZ, Thursday the Broken Deep in the Pale Heart, Friday the Blooming Deep in the Pale Heart, Saturday the Forgotten Deep in the Pale Heart, Sunday Extraction on the Throne World, and Monday Sepulture on the Throne World. Our 4th featured Nightfall will see us face off against Agnovan, chosen of Keitel in the Proving Grounds over on Nessus, with the Slammer Sword as the featured adept weapon. The 636 Control playlist should be Control. Team Scorch should be in the Party Relentless playlist, Showdown in the 3v3 playlist, Class Clash in Crucible Labs, and Trials of Osiris at the weekend. This week should also see bonus Trials ranks available all weekend long. Still available is the Destiny 10th Anniversary in-game celebration event, and don't forget to keep an eye on Zer this Friday at Reset to see if he's offering another chance to grab a random world exotic class item for 41 strange coins. And that's it for the 5th week of the Final Shape episode Revenant. So Peroty, what's been happening this week in Destiny? Or
pretty pictures.
Is there an update first?
Well, there's pretty pictures in Destiny, so we'll talk about the update first. The 8.1003 update we got on the 29th of October. Back in the past, because now we're in November, here in the future. So,
or Australia. We could just be in Australia.
Very true. They're probably in December or January by now. There's no way to tell.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah,
their whole country is a flux capacitor. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Festival of the Lost dropped, and the new weapons dropped, and now the new weapons are actually available from the list with their actual correct perk pools. So yeah, at this point, by the time you're hearing this, all your weapons should be dropping with their 2024 versions of the perk pools. And yes, the picture of the auto rifle is still wrong, but click the picture and you will get a Braytech werewolf, not a horror story. We promise.
We promise or Bungie promises?
Somebody
Well,
does. Peroty
on
said we promise, but he
we
promises.
on behalf of Bungie promise.
Okay.
You no longer have to do 2 versions of pages and figure out how to convert them. There's only the 1 version of pages. Just a reminder, put your mask on. Once you're doing everything, just put a mask on. Wear your mask while you're running anything in the game, because if you're doing something and you say, oh, let me switch it out to this loadout, and then you go do a hard thing or you play a bunch of strikes, and then you go, why aren't I getting any candy? Because you're not wearing your mask. So make sure you're wearing your mask to earn your candy. Otherwise, you're going to be very mad at yourself if you've just spent 3 or 4 hours grinding something and you've gotten 0 candy from it.
Speaking of which, you can get really good rolls on the mask. Like, I have a mask right now that when I pull up D2 Armor Picker, it's choosing that mask for some of these builds. I'm like,
only you read further on.
Yes. The masks, especially dropping from the expert level law sectors, are ridiculously rolled, ridiculous spikes. However, as a reminder, all of those perks go away after the end of the Vessel of the Lost.
No.
Those, so if you're thinking, oh, I'm going to roll this incredible mask and use just the rest of the year, all the stats go away after the event ends, and it just becomes a paper mask. Like, the magic of Halloween has left, and now it's just a paper mask that's crumpled that doesn't give you any stats anymore. So yeah, if you're sitting here going, oh, let me get this incredible high stat roll, I'll use this the rest of the year. No, you won't. But for the next couple of weeks, absolutely. Farm yourself some rolls, because they are dropping as ridiculously spiky rolls, like double 20 rolls out of the expert loss sectors. I was throwing some of them away because they were double spiky things in the wrong slot, because I had the one that was like a 25, 23 or something in what I needed it to be. So yeah, they're silly. And if you haven't done the expert haunted loss sectors, it's worth doing just because the rewards are significantly better. It's not match made, so you gotta bring a friend, but it's very easy to 2-man. You definitely don't need 3. You can do it with 3, but I feel like almost 2 is almost easier, maybe? I don't know.
2 is not easier. And when you do it, I don't know if this is explained anywhere, but you have to kill. You don't have to kill, because the time will eventually run out. But if you want the highest percentage to get double weapon drops and like the high tier mats and all this other blah blah blah, you got to kill 10 of the Kniggets, right? And then when the boss spawns, you have to make sure to kill the additional 3 Kniggets that spawn after that, right? So if you kill all 13 possible Kniggets in the match, you have the highest drop chance to get.
Why are you saying Kniggets? Why don't you just say headless ones?
Because they're
not nice,
K-N-I-G-H-T-S. That's how it's K-N-I-G-H-T-S. Kniggets.
But they're not. They're headless ones.
Oh, well, they're still they're headless Kniggets. Okay, so to be fair, this is not a guarantee. Like anything else, it just increases your chances. But you can get double weapon drops, high stat rolls, all that other stuff. So, can you go in with 2 people? Can you go in with 1 people? Yes, but it's better to go in as a team of 3. Each one of you take A, B, or C, and that way, as soon as they spawn, you can just take them out, and it's better if you have 3, right? It really is. It's much more functional, and you're more guaranteed to get the higher tier drops and the double drops if you go in with some friends. Trust.
There you go.
I've played a lot of Destiny this week.
Well, do it however you want to do it. Get the rolls you're looking for. Or if you're just trying to earn candy, just rinse and repeat. It's just time to throw me into the video game. It'll all be fine. You'll earn pages. Focusing. Remember, you can focus it with Eva when she shows up and she has a head. With, you can use candy to focus some of the weapons or different things, but the very first focusing option is just an Eerie Engram. Just a single Eerie Engram. So if you're sitting here going, my engrams continue to overflow, I can't hold anymore, you can just give her the engrams to focus those without spending any candy. If you're just trying to clear space, or again, just trying to go for rolls or earning things. And I've been doing that just to clear the engrams out so I have more room to collect more engrams, while keeping my very, very valuable candy. They did fix a couple of issues. They fixed an issue where the Warlock masks from the vendors were dropping with random stats. So apparently they should be less random stats. Don't know. Expert difficulty, they removed the matchmaking and added the haunted law sectors to the Fireteam Finder, removed the quest to complete each of the expert law sectors, and sweeten the Horrific Haunts event challenge with an additional 500 candy as a reward. after I've done all of those things already. Okay, that's good. We're not unhappy about that. It's fine. It's all fine. Episode Revenant, fix an issue where the on-screen tutorials for fieldworks could not be closed. Fix an issue where some instances of the major fieldwork voiceover was being played out of order. An issue where Aramis's voiceover was louder than intended, and where the Helm landing zone spawned players in the last city instead. So now if you actually want to go to the Helm, you should theoretically be able to go to the Helm now. The class warfare and the shot caller modifiers would not be active during would not activate during expert onslaught. So those two things should now activate when they are supposed to. Vesper's Host, fix an issue where players that dismantled the road network quest could not reacquire it. So if you were one of those players and you haven't been able to pick up the quest again, try now. Now it should work. Implemented a potential fix for the Salvation's Edge raid, where the memento wasn't dropping for players other than the fire team leader. They'll update the patch note to confirm if the fix was successful. So they put a fix in place. They're hoping it worked. They say they'll update this patch note with a note whether it was successful, but I see no update. So either they forgot to or it wasn't successful. So I leave that to you to figure out. The exotic mission rotator, fixing an issue where players could potentially respawn in the ancillary transit nexus during the final boss encounter and be unable to leave in the encore mission. So good times, putting players where they're trapped. And finally, weapons, fixed instances of the curated deadlock that drop with incorrect perks. What's the deadlock?
I have no idea.
It's the shotgun from Crucible.
The new competitive one?
Yeah.
Okay. I knew there was a new competitive shotgun. Didn't know what it was called. That makes sense. All right, so they fixed an issue. Fixed instances of the curated deadlock. Hammer Forged will be replaced with Rifle Barrel. High Caliber Rounds will be replaced with Light Mag. Killing Wind will be replaced with Lone Wolf. And Desperate Measures will be replaced with Closing Time. In the cases where these perks are enhanced, the perk will be swapped to the enhanced version of that perk.
Oh, way to waste your resources, bud.
So they fixed an issue where the Vantage Point Pulse Rifle could equip rocket launcher mods instead of Pulse Rifle mods.
Sorry, say that again? What?
No, it's just the mods. Just the mods.
So your Vantage Point Pulse Rifle could have rocket launcher mod. I mean, it's a good pulse rifle, but it shouldn't be that good. In some instances, if a rocket exclusive mod was equipped, the mod will be removed and players can add a pulse rifle mod of their choosing. Too bad I've been running around with that one, but I haven't been taking full advantage of my rocket launcher mods on it.
Blast radius on a pulse rifle.
Right. And they fixed an issue where the Vantage Point Pulse Rifle could receive Volt Shot instead of the new Jolting Feedback perk.
Nice.
Instances of Volt Shot will be replaced with the Jolting Feedback, and enhanced versions will receive their enhanced version of the instance. That's great, because that is a wonderful perk to have on that gun. I've been having lots of fun with that. Perks, they fixed an issue where the Desperate Measures had its damage bonus reduced. Now its damage bonus should be increased again. And the artifact power was not being granted by the Slayer, Baron, Apothecary Satchel unless you had acquired the Hunter's Journal. So if you hadn't played last season or hadn't picked up your thing, you weren't getting artifact power, but now you should. Or you could, I suppose, just go back and pick up the Hunter's Journal. Either way. Yeah, that's what's broken, that's what's fixed. Yeah, that Vantage Point Pulse Rifle is fun. I really feel like I should be speccing into something stasis for the season, but I'm having way too much fun electrifying everything. It's way too much fun.
Speaking of stasis, you need to do the Grandmasters. You need to get this Glaive, especially as a Titan. You Titans and your Syntheseps are beautiful for this Glaive, dude. Huh?
It's a Glaive. I got 2 of them from running Nightfalls the other day.
No, but you can run triple Glaives now.
Yeah, but I wouldn't run any Glaives.
I'm not even talking about triple Glaives. I'm just talking about this one right here with Rhyme Stealer and Chill Clip, or if you're lucky enough to get Rhyme Stealer and Replenishing Aegis and Chill Clip, which is like the Uber God roll, right? The God roll.
Aegis for breakfast. So we're talking about the Rake Angle.
Yeah, the Rake Angle Adept Glaive, right? So again, replenishing Aegis and Rhyme Stealer is one of the first 2 perks that you really want to get. The second one being Chill Clip, right? And if you can't get Chill Clip, the other one is Close to Melee is another really good secondary one, right? For Titans and Hunters, I don't know if Warlocks get this, but for Titans and Hunters, we have the Syntheseps options. On Hunters, it's our exotic class item. On Titans, it's the exotic class item, and you're just like regular exotic, right? So, the melee bonus that you get from Syntheseps applies to the Glaive's melee, just so you know, right? And since it's got Chill Clip, 1 shot slows enemies. The second shot will freeze them, right? So off the top of you got Chill Clip, which can freeze enemies, and then if you kill that frozen enemy, you get Frost Armor. And since Titans have that new perk, which Frost Armor heals Titans now, right? With your new perk, I believe, right? So that's a good defensive slash not just defensive sustainability option for you right there. And plus, it's just so much fun running around whacking things. But be aware, because this thing has Chill Clip, they quote balanced it by giving it a smaller magazine than most other glaives. So the base magazine is like 4. But if you get extended mag, like I do, then it comes with 6 rounds. And if you have, what's this mod called right here? Facet of Command, freezing or suppressing a target reloads your equipped weapon, right? So just by freezing something with this glaive, you will reload the glaive's magazine. So your reload speed is irrelevant because you don't need it because you'll just freeze and then it reloads itself, right? So, and then there's a bunch of melee-centric options that you have. You also have the Facet of Ruin. When you shatter that frozen enemy, the explosion's bigger. Also goes well with this glaive. Facet of Protection. If you're surrounded by enemies, which if you're using glaive, you probably will be. You're tougher, right? Facet of Blessing. Melee Final Blow start health regen. While Transcendent, melee Final Blow start health regen for you and your nearby allies. And that melee Final Blow does count for glaives, so you know. And then Facet of Dawn. I put Facet of Dawn because I have powered melee, so it doesn't matter. That does not go with the glaive. Facet of Dawn perk does not proc on the glaive melee, just so you know. But yes, the melee is so much fun, especially in the season, like you said, we should equip something stasis related. You don't even need a stasis build. You can just go your Transcendent build, put this glaive on, and you can still have fun, Peroty, and still stay alive with a lot of sustainability going on. So I would recommend you getting it. That by far is one of the most fun weapons I've gotten so far this season. So I mean, you do you, but it's really good.
Those glaives can sit in the vault with the other glaives.
You missed the whole point. Anyway, no, as Titans, you guys have like the best glaive builds in the game right now. The fact that you don't take advantage makes me a little jealous that you as Titans get these and not me as a hunter. Like,
I mean, you could. No one's stopping you.
Yes, the fact that it's on a hunter is stopping me. Bro, what is everybody crap? Look, nobody liked bows until I started telling them about how good bows were, and then people started to use bows everywhere. Y'all didn't like glaives until I started talking about how good glaives are, and now even in trials, people were using glaives.
No,
right?
That is not true. You're not the origin of people using bows. People have used bows since.
I didn't say I was the origin, but y'all all kept telling me
Hoops has like 55,000 kills.
Blah 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 blah. Like when the bow first came out, and I got that arc bow that had explosive head and rampage on it. I used that all the time. And y'all were like, "Oh, bows aren't even that good." And I'm saying that because Chad is already giving me crap about the glaives not being good, right?
Super Hoops has like 55,000 kills on his Wishender. So you're not the originator of bows.
I didn't say I was. I'm saying people were giving me crap about bows not being good, and I was an advocate for bows for a long time.
Still are. And by we, I mean your chat.
Yes. Anyway, but either way, it is good. I think you should give it a shot. But you do you, I guess. Whatever. Titans get the best stuff. They don't use it. Jealous ass.
Oh,
Well, maybe it'll perk you up because we have a this week at Bungie for the 31st of October.
do we?
Halloween.
Is that what we're calling it these days? Is it just not the picture gallery?
Yeah, no. I mean. Listen, I'm going to tell you what they've called it.
Okay.
The content thereof is, highly, I leave that up to you to decide. But apparently they've got some. See, this looks like a good list. See, they say, hey, we've got some topics. The weapon perk updating issue.
Topic,
The weapon perk waiting issue update. Let's see your spooky pumpkins, and your latest fashion statements too. And we're going to pick up new ghostly emblems on Twitch. And we have a Headless Ones t-shirt. And then there's a Bungie Foundation Hurricane campaign update. So there's like a topic and some pictures. And a picture that's skinnier that goes at the top of your screen. And a shirt you can wear, which is also a picture. And then the Hurricane update, which may be over at this point, because I think they streamed yesterday. So, yeah. There's an update. But there's an emblem you can get. Are we not excited? The team is continuing to make progress in addressing the issues impacting the perk RNG. Currently, they're targeting a hotfix for November 5th. So, basically tomorrow-ish as you hear this. So they're hoping to have an update out by then. As this fix will touch code for the game-wide system, we're giving the team a bit more time to fully validate the changes needed to address this issue. Look for some weird bugs. In the long term, we're looking on a few options, not only to thank the many of you for your data crunching, but also get some weapons in your hands that have had perk rolls with the lower RNG chances than intended. First and foremost, we found a fitting emblem deep within our vaults that almost seemed destined for this. The emblem will represent a moment in time where many throughout the community came together to help us identify this issue. Between your data and the simulations for hundreds of thousands of drops, we're all becoming conquerors of infinity. So to claim your emblem, you can go to bungie.net/redeem, and you're going to type in this lovely little code, VHT6A73MM, and Respawn can give that to you, or not even give it to you in the proper words, or just, go look at all the things where everybody has been posting about on social media this week to see, hey, here's what the emblem is, go pick it up, or don't. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life.
Okay, so it's Victor Hotel Tango, 6 Alpha 7 3 Mike.
There you go. I'm so proud of you.
And then you've got a lovely little emblem with some bullets sitting on top of it, and it's a thing. So add it to your collection. Don't. And then we have some lovely pumpkins. There's some Slayer pumpkins. There's some Scorn corrupted pumpkins. There's various evil pumpkins, Festival of the Lost pumpkins, green glowing pumpkins, pumpkins sitting on laptops, pumpkins not sitting on laptops, and lots of pumpkins. And then Saint 14 from his starring role as terrorizing all the fallen babies. And we have Yellow Jacket. I don't know, Hunter. I don't know who Yellow Jacket is, but who the Yellow Jacket is in the game.
Person from the Ant-Man universe.
Right. Yeah. Sorry, I meant I don't know which character they've put the Yellow Jacket armor on here.
Hunter.
Guessing on Hunter. Yeah. And more pictures of hunters standing around looking impressive.
There's a warlock in there.
A warlock with a witness head, and Ace Ventura's smoking mask from The Mask, and then Friendship, and Kate, because always Kate.
Okay.
This silence is Peroty searching desperately for some more information.
Searching for more content in the TWAB.
There's something else in here. I know.
I told you, it's a picture. It's a picture gallery. That's it.
No, it really is a picture gallery. I knew there was words and then this picture, the new builds needed. So maybe you're trying to get a ton of rewards as fast as possible, going through the hardest difficulty of Haunted Lost Sectors, or maybe you just want to chill, hit a not too hard activity, and get rewards by listening to music or chatting with friends after work. Both of these are great moods, both absolutely valid. So how can we help you by sharing some builds to get the Headless One hunting? Well, first they're going to share this picture, which a build and a picture are different things, Bungie. This is a picture of a hunter using the last word, the new shotgun, and the rocket launcher that we all hunted for and crafted that I can't remember the name of because it's been back in the vault because I can't be trusted not to blow myself up in haunted lost sectors with explosives. Also, if you're gonna show off your hunter, you need to be having the silly mask on, not the non-silly face. Come on, what are we doing here? So this is apparently just like, hey, go use the last word. It's a build all about the last word, but it's for PvP. It's not for PvP, but for PvE. After the recent buff, the Never ADS hand cannon is very strong against combatants, allowed you to do high damage against tougher foes when paired with the Lucky Pants. If you put on Kinetic Loader mod on your gauntlets, you can easily empty 2 whole mags into a boss for very high DPS. So is this just like baby's first bit of build crafting? Is that what this is?
Yeah. But
So,
what they didn't tell you is you use that in conjunction with another hand cannon. That way you just spam the hand cannon damage at one after another. As soon as you're out of the last word, you swap to the other hand cannon, empty it, swap back to the last word, empty it, blah, blah, blah.
yeah. You can use your solar prismatic hunter with gunpowder gamble and hip fire to detonate for extra yeehaw points. Warlocks and Titans, we've got you too. The last word with chromatic fire gets explosives with the elemental verbs. And the Titan with Lion Ramparts can't possibly miss a single hipfire shot while in air. Who is running around on a Titan with the Lion Ramparts, jumping into the air and shooting the last word? I'm sorry, this is not a thing.
Oh, I was gonna say Micah does, but when you said last word, I was like, oh no, he does it with the final warning.
In PvE, even. Yeah, I'm not sure. This was clearly them going, hey, we need something else for the TWAB. I don't care what you write, just put something else in here so we can pretend that we have an update this week that's not just pictures.
Destiny Rising.
Right.
No, that has nothing to do with us. Nope. We will not even speak of it. We will not acknowledge it. We're all about Marathon. Now, what you should have done, or should still do, unclear when, grab an exclusive Festival of the Lost theme emblem. How many eyes do Hive Ghosts have? 1, 2? Seems like 3 is the right answer. Just look at the new emblem. So if you gift a sub to your favorite Destiny 2 streamer on Twitch during Festival of the Lost, you'll be able to grab the Ghosts in the Dark emblem. Do it now before the spooky sheets come out at night. And you can check out the emblem below, which is a bunch of spooky ghosts with, lightning emanating from their eyes. I did this immediately because this emblem is incredible. I would say gift to Respawn, but it's unclear whether his thing is set up to allow you to receive anything if you gift to him, so maybe choose your second favorite streamer.
Looking to outsource somebody to fix my stuff.
Yeah, but this is the same thing as the Windows blue screen of death emblem that I've been wearing for the last year plus. Is basically, go to any of your Destiny streamers. They should have a little, I'm sure they will have a little thing in the comment or a thing on the screen telling you, hey, this, it'll work if you do this here. Just gift a sub to anyone. You can just, pay your $6-ish and gift a sub to someone. You'll see a little notification saying, hey, here's your lovely new emblem. And then you can rock around. You can rock around with the creepy ghosts everywhere. Because who doesn't love ghosts?
But how does that equate to your Windows 95 error message? Is it just because you like it that much?
Sorry, because that was how you got that one as well. That was another one of those go gift a sub. Sorry. The thought was in my brain, didn't say the thought. Thank you for calling me out. Yeah, that was another one of those, if you go gift a sub, it was either 1 sub or 5 subs for some other event. It may have been charity related, I can't remember. But that was another reward for that. So yeah.
But I can't take my cave one off though.
Or there's pictures. There's pictures. You could have a picture on a t-shirt though. How do you feel about pictures on t-shirts? Because you could get a t-shirt. The Headless One can be terrifying when they follow you around and try to transform you into one of their own. Poor Glint is terrified of them. But Amaro thinks they are so metal and deserve their own t-shirt. After all, t-shirts are missing the head.
I'm
Oh, that's pretty good.
I'm sorry.
Did they write that or did you?
No, they wrote that. After all, t-shirts are missing the head. You put in yourself when you're wearing them. So it's very thematically fitting according to Ido. So behold, the new Festival of the Lost Bungie Rewards t-shirt.
It
Oh,
looks
that's
really
okay.
nice. I'll give them that. It looks really nice.
This is a cool shirt. Yeah, probably one of the better ones.
I'm just gonna put it out there that, you know, starting an event 2 days before the actual day is too late, and putting a t-shirt in the TWAB after is even later. 3-4 weeks beforehand. Put this in the TWAB. Sell us it to get us to buy it for Halloween, maybe.
Yeah. So you're saying you're not excited to show up to Christmas morning with your new Hellas Ones t-shirt?
I would, but it'd have no meaning.
I mean, it wouldn't have any meaning, but aside from the meaning that what we know what it is pretty cool. Also, Renard Callan says you're getting pretty whiny about this.
About which, the t-shirt or the or just the lack of contents in general?
I'm going to go silent then for the rest of the show. That's it. You've done it to yourselves.
Renard, he said he's not getting the R roll this week for the base.
Yeah, like legitimately, it is a good-looking t-shirt, and you do have until you must complete the Haunted Sector playlist event challenge by 8:59 a.m. Pacific time on November 19th, and complete the purchase by the end of the year. So you have until the end of the year. You have until basically January to buy the shirt. So it'll show up, sometime after that. Now, if you like pictures and shirts, have I got news for you? The hurricane campaign may be ending, but for many across the southeast U.S. or impacted by the hurricanes Helene and Milton, this is just the beginning of a long road for recovery, which is why Bungie's working with Team Rubicon and Direct Relief, which is all the more crucial that they continue to earn money or raise money to then give to these organizations, to give to people on the ground working. That work is made possible in part with you and your support. The Destiny community has raised over $350,000 throughout this campaign. The fund will go directly to our partner organizations who continue to drive the positive change for communities in need. Donations for the Through the Storm emblem close tonight. Now, what day is tonight, Bungie? Because tonight is at Thursday night. So in the past, as we're reading this, at 11:59. Yeah. So that campaign has ended. So you either donated and got your hurricane relief emblem, or you didn't, and you still have the possibility to buy the Through the Storm shirt for a couple more days. So until the 3rd, which is until Sunday. So by the time you hear this, the time will be past. But if you're hearing this live right now, you have time to act. Or you've already bought your shirt and it's in the mail to you because you saw this and said, this is excellent and goes to a good cause. What's not to love? So yeah, we've got shirts, we've got pictures and shirts, we've got emblems. And then also there was another stream that happened in the past with the Bungie Foundation. So you either watched it or you didn't. And you either earned your Nature of Truth emblem or you didn't, because that's over now. And I'm not going to tell you how to do it because you either got the 3-eyed emblem of Savathun staring at you or you didn't. All right, so I think that basically concludes our shirt and picture update, except for the art of the week, because that's different. That's always here. So we do have some known issues in addition to the shirts and pictures.
No.
So we have Bungie names cannot be changed. They still hope to fix this as quickly as possible. So if your name is whatever your name is, it's kind of like the name your parents gave you for the first couple of years of your life. That's kind of what you're stuck with for a while. So it's just like that. So you're stuck with it for a while longer. The loadout and mod screen and the character screens are difficult to access. You have to move your cursor over the weapon or armor before they can be accessed, or hit the little button on the left or right hand side. Yeah, that would sure be nice to have working again. Similarly, the menus and subscreens used to change pages no longer work with the D-pad or the arrow keys. Just like they haven't since Final Shape launched, last couple weeks, whatever it's been. Yeah, Director still can't be accessed from inside the character screen. The health bar colors of major enemies has been altered, making it hard to distinguish between them and the minor enemies by health bar colors. That's just to make Respawn's life easier. They said, he's having too easy a time telling the differences between enemies. We'll fix that. Sometimes, the final boss in the Vespers host doesn't spawn. and players are forced to wipe and restart the encounter. Also, a soft lock can occur in Vesper's host when not all the servitors reform with the boss after DPS ends, and the remaining servitors are inconsistent between the players. And finally, investigating reports of the Tonic Brewing Guide quest isn't updating when creating tonics. So, big pile of bugs, still there, still plaguing the game, still, nothing's changed. And then we have Cade, and we have an anxiety-inducing Titan. Which, I mean, I think those are two fitting pictures to end our pictures and t-shirt update with. And until next week, they'll be back, maybe with more pictures, maybe with t-shirts. We'll have to find out.
Maybe with, Bungie news.
No, I think they're all about pictures and t-shirts now.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
My mistake.
Yeah, that's the end of our action-packed, informative, super interesting TWAB that is mostly pictures and t-shirts.
So,
and I'm pretty sure at this point, Nitedemon is making a note. Name the episode pictures and t-shirts. Because he said it so many times, it's now in my brain.
So Bernard got upset that I called him out. He just subbed to me, right? He just subbed to me. And then I called him out, and then he was like, and unsub. Oh,
easy come, easy go,
Right. It's almost like he was never there.
Yeah, nothing's happened.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, that's funny.
Right.
Yeah, so that's all the Bungie news they had to give us.
Question mark.
Yeah. So that's that. And I think the respawn report roundup at this point was basically all the things we've already touched on. I think it's basically hey, we're going to get to this. We're going to try to fix that. They clarified which emblems you get from doing which thing, which you're either going to do or not going to do. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the only other thing they mentioned was, I guess when they turned on the double drops for trials, because I can't remember what wasn't working. So they said, screw it. We'll just turn on double drops for everything. People were like, why am I full on shaders? Why am I getting the shader full icon? I guess because it's dropping multiple of the shaders and the game doesn't know what to do with that. Because it normally shouldn't. So if you're seeing, your shaders are full when playing trials, just ignore it. And you'll have the shader and it'll be fine. If it's not visible, Bungie's going to have an update next week. Because I guess if you get two is actually none. And yeah, turns out when you just flip things around and hope for the best, it doesn't always work out. Which Respawn knows all about because he played all the trials and has all his shaders now. Or doesn't.
If those involve actually winning things, then probably not. Matches, rounds, morale, right?
No, I don't think so. I think you just show up.
Oh, is that right?
It's kind of like the participation trophies our parents bought us. I'm pretty sure you just show up. That's all you have to do.
Maybe we should just try that in a second.
Wait, what? Huh? Look, guys, no.
But before we go and we start some trials, I'll tell you about some videos that I've watched and go over the ones that we've already mentioned. So we've already mentioned the Twilight Triumph, which was actually from 360 Gaming that went over that. And I will link that in the show notes. I will also link the Watch This First from Ibontis, going over the Festival of the Lost, the early bugs, tips, and candy manifested pages. We have Cool Guy with his 2 videos, one going over the Braytech Werewolf and on the Anonymous Autumn. And there was another one that you mentioned, Peroty, that Cool Guy did. Was it the Bygones?
Bygones that we talked about either
that
last
will
week
be in there
or
as well.
And
then Destiny Fun Police, again, I swear he makes this video every 3 to 4 months.
Yep.
Going over the auto rifle, I can't remember the name of it now.
It doesn't matter. You've watched the video before.
It doesn't matter.
I did look back at one point, and he does basically go back and say, hey, this auto rifle is really good. Like he makes a new video. There's new footage. Like it's new things, but it's the same auto rifle you've already seen 3 or 4 times from him in the past. Not that I'm saying don't go watch it.
No.
But I'm saying it's not going to be anything too revolutionary.
No, Firefright, that was it, because it's haunted and horror. And they did get a buff. So he's pulled it back out. He is, he's a true Titan. He loves his auto rifles and he loves his shotguns. And I think every now and then he goes, "Oh, I've got that auto rifle. I'll try that one again." So yeah, I think I have seen this one with the same rolls, but because it got a buff, he's re-highlighting it, which I do like. Just to remind me that I like that weapon and I should go and use it in PvP.
Yes.
So I'm reminding everybody else, Firefly, because it's craftable as well. If you were around then.
Is it still Adagio and Fragile Focus? Because that's what I crafted to last time, because that's what he told me to do. You guys have to watch the video and find out.
It is.
Dun, dun, dun.
Perfect. Yeah. It is, at least, last time I used it, it's still very good.
Yes. And the Braytech Werewolf has been good for quite a long time. If you had it from last festival, I'd seen Braytech Werewolves being used before festival, and now with an updated purple, it also gives you an extra bonus to go and get some more. So there you go. And any other videos that we mentioned throughout the show that I've forgotten to mention now, because when I go back and edit, I'll listen back to it and I'll make a note of it and I'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah, I think that was
basically. There's no arse being rolled this week. That's it.
Yeah, I think it was basically just Cheese Forever as a channel, just everything he's put out. And I think this is where I say thank you for joining us. Your Titans are Peroty and Nitedemon, your hunters, no one respawn to real life. We are everywhere you want us to be. Just go to a search box, type in Two Titans and a Hunter. You can go to twotitansandahunter.com, get all the show notes and all the show information. It'll take you to our YouTube where we have, this show and all the other videos we make. And if you have comments, questions, concerns, twotitansandahunter@hotmail.com. Send them to us. I asked you earlier on the show to email us something for Respawn. I don't remember what it was now, but whatever it was, you should do that. And he'll be thrilled. He loves getting fan mail. Loves it so much. And we'd love to thank our lovely patrons who put up with us each and every week as we desperately try to find some sort of news to talk about. Like Zep Orbited K4, who cannot be threatened with a good time. Rotterdam Trip of the T-Rex King, Sarla Cam, Melameli, Tato M64, and our Galant, with no rolled R's, not a single one to be found. Throwing more grenades, we have Gold God 1562, Noble, Basically Salt, Fire Squad 6088, and Coderson 105. And Deacon's Day 1 raid team, Dimwing, Gravy Tef, and BB Pipe. Thank you very much. We appreciate all of you. You appreciate us. If you would also like to be appreciated in our Mutual Appreciation Society, patreon.com/TTAH. If you want to endure the live version of the show, twitch.tv/no one responds in real life, then you too can give Respawn real-time updates and feedback on how you're feeling about him. And if you want to see the lovely British man stream, maybe with his son, maybe with not, twitch.tv/twotitansandahunter for all the hijinks going on over there. And until next week, say goodbye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Two Titans and a Hunter, a Destiny 2 podcast.
He's done. He's not speaking.
Or maybe he doesn't realize he's been muted.
No, he's not muted. He says, listen, you've upset me. I'm not going to talk anymore.
Bungie's upset me. That's what that is.
That's true.
What did Bungie do to you? I think
They took my engrams. They took my engrams, and then they spoilt it for the rest of the festival. And then I've transferred that negativeness to the show as well. It's all Bungie's fault.
Oh,
It is.
my goodness.
Would a t-shirt make you feel better?
No.